We do not know how long we have been underground, or who built the silo. We do not know why there is no life outside the silo. We only know that here is safe, and there is not.
Oh, how's it going, pirates? We are back with another episode. It is episode 61, and oh, we got another banger for you guys. This week on Creators Corner, we have Thinktanktoy. I can't wait to get started with him. But before we dive into any of that, you guys know how we play. We start things off with saying hi to the chat. So let me say hi to you guys. First off, we got Ian Munhorn Station. Mana mana. Doot, 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 doot. Welcome aboard. Thank you always for your support. Thanks for being here. Not only do we have Ian here, but we got Brian from Outer Multiverse. What's up, Brian? Good to see you here. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate that. And alongside Brian, we got Mr. Excitement himself, Star Boy Station. Let's go! Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I see somebody else here. I see Dennis, Mr. Level 7 Toy. Actually, that's Jason Jensen. You popped in right when I clicked on the button. So, actually, that's crazy. I clicked on Level 7 Toys and then you popped in. So, right when I was about to click on Level 7 Toys, you popped into the chat and I clicked on you. So, how's it going, Jason Jensen? Welcome to the show. Now I'm going to click on Dennis, Level 7 Toys. Welcome, welcome, brother. So glad you could make it. So, yeah, we got people trickling in. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. For those of you guys watching the replay, thank you so much for joining the replay squad. I appreciate that. For those of you that are here and for those of you that are watching later, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, click that like button because it does me a whole lot of good. And don't forget, guys, that today we are doing our giveaway for another wall. So Starboy, you can still jump right in and you can put in today's word when I put that up on the screen, and you can join in on that. Who knows? You could win a second wall. That would be nuts. That would definitely be nuts, but hey, I've seen crazier things happen before. But yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get started with today's show. I'm just going to set up the... let me just set up the StreamYard giveaway screen. Just give me 1 second, guys. What is going on? Yeah, so we got Mr. Thinktanktoy today, and we're going to be talking about some of his awesome creations, like his amazing photography. We're also going to be talking about his amazing creations as well. So we'll take care of all of those. Is that the giveaway? Yep, there's the giveaway. All right, so let me choose my show. Sorry, guys, I should have been better prepared for this. Okay, so we got that all set up. And then I'll be providing you guys with a hashtag shortly. And then at the end of the show, we'll be going through with the giveaway. And one of you guys will be the lucky winner of Wolfman's amazing wall. But before all of that stuff begins, let us go pick up our guest and let's go say hello to Thinktanktoy. Oh, he is here. What's up, brother? So glad you can join the show today. So appreciate you being able to get here right after work, no less. So I definitely appreciate that. And you're finally here. So welcome, welcome. How you doing?
Okay, so can you see me now?
Ooh, you sound garbled. You sound like a robot.
How bad is it? It started doing that while you were talking.
Oh, it's doing that really bad. Like to the point where it sounds like you're talking like underwater. Oh, say something now.
Are you still there?
Oh no, you still sound garbled. Okay, hold on a
Is it
sec.
too bad? No,
I can barely hear what you're saying.
let
Okay,
me-
I'm
let me try
gonna
again.
boot you
My
out.
watch phone. This is just a big CF. Let me see if I can get onto my watch phone.
Okay, so I'm gonna pop you out from here. We're gonna get started with some of the other stuff for the show. Cause hopefully you can hear me, and then when you come back in, I'll bring you back. All right, sounds good. See you in a bit. All right, so hopefully he can get all of that settled. We were doing fine before he came on, which is very weird. But unfortunately, sometimes technical glitches when you're live do happen. So hopefully he'll come back and we'll get things started right. But in the meantime, how about... actually, you know what? Let's get started with this then. While you guys are here, let's get... Alrighty, so we're going to start the giveaway. So it's not going to be until the end of the show where I'll actually choose our winner. But in the meantime, I want you guys to put hashtag Wally. So that's WALLEE. So that's Wally, all in lowercase. Put a hashtag in front of that. You'll see that on the banner at the bottom of the screen. I'll keep that up for a little bit, just in case you didn't catch that. And yeah, that's we're off to a crazy start, but either way, we're always prepared for these kinds of things. So let's get the show on the road. And now it's time for greeblies.
Greeblies. Oh, my precious. Oh, yes. Anything can be a greebly.
Oh yeah, we got some really awesome greeblies. Some that I found online, some that were provided to us, as always, from some of our regulars. Oh, look at this. We got another guest in the hit house. We got Joey, Working Title Comics, in the house. He was here last week. So after this show, if you haven't already seen it, go check out episode 60. That was an awesome conversation. We got to talk about his amazing comic books, how he puts those together. You guys won't be disappointed. So definitely go and check that out after this show. And then hopefully we can get Thinktanktoy back on the stream. But in the meantime, how about we talk about some greeblies? So this guy, I just recently found this guy, and he is awesome. So I didn't even realize that one of the thrusters that I was building kind of looks similar to this, but obviously his looks better than mine. Oh, look who else we got in the chat. We got Punk Goose. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it. But yeah, so this guy, his name is Superglue Modeler. So Superglue underscore Modeler. Now this guy makes stuff out of just everyday junk. It's just phenomenal how he puts this stuff together. So here's one of the rockets. So this one has like different types of caps, different model kit parts, some scraps from like computers and stuff like that. He glued them all together. So the one on the left is when he added the primer to it, and then obviously the one on the right is the finished product. So he added a few more greeblies, and that thing just looks amazing. So definitely inspiring work. And so yeah, if you can't afford a 3D printer, no problem. Build stuff like this. All you have to do is just go for inspiration. Go and follow Superglue underscore Modeler, and I'm sure you'll find plenty of ideas for that. So I'm glad to see you guys are putting in the hashtag Wally. So you guys have a chance to win at the end of the episode. We'll go through the winner's circle and see who wins. And good luck to all of you guys. So here's a few other examples of his work. So at the very top picture, you can see what it looks like with all the various different caps. And that's like their original colors just glued together. Then he added the primer in black. And then finally he added the dry brushing metallic look, which looks amazing. And here's the final result. He turned that into almost looks like an Expanse type ship, which is amazing stuff. So I'm really enjoying his stuff. Definitely go and check out his page. There's so many amazing things. And what's crazy is that this is like 10 years old. Oh, you recognize that, Starboy? You've seen his stuff before? Well, if you didn't see it before, you're following him now, so I appreciate that. I'm sure he'll appreciate it as well. He's been on for a little while on Instagram, but I just found him recently. But yeah, I just love what I've seen so far. And some of his stuff's like it's like put together with different pieces of junk, but it's like really obscure type stuff. So that's insane. So, oh, look who we got backstage. Hopefully we can hear him this time. I see him. Let's bring him back on to the forefront. Mr. Think Tank, are you there?
I'm here. How am I there?
You're sideways, but I can hear you perfectly clear.
Okay.
There you go. Now I see you right side up, so we're good.
Is
I'm glad you're back. So what did you change?
I've changed phones. Literally, my phone decided to shit the bed when you started talking.
Oh man, sorry. I have that effect on technology.
Yeah.
I tend to break it. So right now we're just going through some people's greeblies. So these are ones that I found online. This particular guy, his name is superglue_modeler. He's on Instagram, and he makes some amazing stuff out of like bottle caps and other pieces of junk and stuff like that. So here's some ones that I found on Pinterest. So last week I showed you guys the guy who uses the bottles to make thrusters. This time I found the guy who uses the bottles to make entire ships. So here's a various different bottles as well as different toy parts that he broke apart and glued on, and to create something similar to this one. And then once you add the paint, it changes everything. It just looks amazing. So he did phenomenal work on that. I don't know what his name is. I've been trying to find him to see if he's on Instagram. But if you guys know, by all means, let me know in the chat. Oh, I see Fat Red Foo. What's up, Foo? Foo's in the house. Glad you could make it. And congratulations. He was our other giveaway winner last week. So he's going to be getting a t-shirt. And actually, what was I going to say? Thinktanktoy, if you want and you're in the chat, you can put down the today's hashtag, which is hashtag Wally, WALLE, for your chance to also win the graffiti wall at the end of the show. So if you want, you can pop in for that. So another one of our these are one of our regulars. Now this guy, he creates some pretty amazing stuff out of everyday trash as well. So here we have the speeder bike that I showed you guys last week, but I told you we were just seeing a small portion of it. So this week we're actually seeing the rest of it. So he added the big massive thruster that's underneath it. I think that's a glue stick bottle. I could be wrong. If he's here, he could let me know. I don't think I saw him in the chat, but if anybody else knows, you can let me know in the chat as well. And then he added some other greeblies as well. But here's another thing that he's been working on that's pretty awesome stuff. So here's some other shots of his bike. Can't wait to see what that's going to look like painted. And then, so he got these keychains. I believe he got these on Amazon. And he turned these awesome keychains into a friggin' amazing alien. So check out what he's done here. So he started added some greeblies, gave it an arm. Again, just using everyday parts. And then he built it a backpack, which you can see on the picture on the right. And then he added the primer, so now it looks a lot more unified. He added the other arm. Looks really cool. I love the design so far. And then here's some other shots. And then you can see it beside a Joy Toy figure, just so that way you can get an idea of the scale of what that looks like. But yeah, really amazing job so far. Can't wait to see what color scheme he's going to go with. Because not only does he build these amazing things out of everyday items, but he also does phenomenal work with his paint as well. But we have so many awesome creators that provide us with greeblies. So if you want to send me some greeblies, by all means, either reach out to my WIP Wednesday Live Instagram account, which is WIPWED LIVE, all in one word, on my Instagram account there, and let me know if you have some greeblies. Send like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 pictures. And then also you can send it to my _ Pirates of the Galaxy, all in one word. You can send them there as well, and I'll add those to the show. So yeah, moving right along, because you know, we have our main guest here, so I was so thankful you could make it. I know you had a busy day, and now you get to unwind with some fun talking about toys and building awesome stuff. And we're gonna dive into some of your stuff in a moment. But before we do that, we're gonna go into our other segment. And don't worry, you're a part of this one. So let's move on to that.
No, bigger. Smaller. No, it's the one with a hole on the end that curves this way. I think I saw it once before over there in that pile near the circulators. There you go. I always knew you were the smart one.
So I see making Hicks 6 did make it, but looks like he's going to... Oh, damn. He was pumped for this one. But either way, no worries. He can always join the replay squad. But anyways, I'm going to go through some of the stuff that I'm working on, and then we're going to go into your stuff, and then we're going to dive into the rest of your stuff that I found on your page, and you can tell me all about your world building. So right now I'm working on a few things. So I've been meaning to put this story out for these characters. I have two of these, are twin robots. But I held off because I was waiting for some other parts. So I got another set of these, this time in white. And I mixed and matched the pieces together to make two somewhat similar looking but opposite colored versions of each other. And then the other thing that I started doing was I started all the black parts of the figure. I started painting them silver just to give it more of that robotic look because it was looking a little too plasticky. And I was inspired by Fat Red Foo's awesome work that he's been doing. He painted all of the ones that he has. And he did such a phenomenal job that I was inspired to go back and start painting mine. So I'm going to add some weathering to this, get rid of some of the shine by adding a matte finish to it, and then adding some like scratch marks and stuff like that just to give it more of a realistic look. But this is just to give you an idea. This initial robot was designed to be a kid's entertainment robot. So it does like acrobatics and that kind of stuff because it's part of a circus. And so that is going to be the story. So hopefully in the next few days I can pop that out finally as I'm getting these figures done. The other thing I'm working on, as you guys know, I'm in my Instagram. I posted a picture of the penguin that I bought from the Spin Master figure that I bought that I wanted to turn into a stargazer. So here's some progress reports. So here's some of what I've been doing so far with my stargazer. So I've added the Marauder's gold robotic arm to his left arm. And then I just added another, I think it's a boss fight, or it could be a Joy Toy arm that I added for his human arm. I may go with a different arm because it looks kind of small. But I also have to do some sculpting for his head if I go with that head. But so far that one kind of looks like him, so I might go with that. So basically all I've done so far is I started painting him, and I've given him the gold arm, and I have to fix it up a little bit better. Thank you so much, Joey. It's coming along. It's coming along. I'm liking where it's going. I just got somebody just got a Spin Master. Oh. Along with the nice. I'd like to see what you're gonna do with those. That should be pretty awesome. And so yeah, so that's the update with that figure. And then the other figure I was working on, I had this for so long, the Hayatoys Supergirl. And with the Supergirl movie coming out soon, I thought I'd do some work on her. And I wanted to give her, along with my custom Superman from Hayatoys as well, I gave him the black suit. So I wanted to give her a black suit. I do have another Superman with the regular colors, but this one I gave him the black and silver suit because it was around the time the Snyder movie the remake was coming out, and so I wanted to bring him out in the black suit. They gave him I sculpted a beard on him, and he came out pretty good. And here's some other shots of Supergirl. I have to touch up the paint, of course. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. And on to you, Mr. Thinktanktoy. We're looking at some projects you've got going on. So I started off with these two picks. So what do we
Okay.
got going on here?
That is a McFarlane Warhammer Ogren, however you would say that.
Yeah.
It was a artist proof, so it was just the gray plastic. So
Oh, okay.
I'm painting them from the ground up, which I've actually never done before.
Oh,
And
wow.
I've definitely never painted a face raw before like this. So I don't think it looks too bad yet.
No,
So
that actually looks really good.
it, I figure it's better to be subtle than over the top if you're doing a face. So
Especially if it's your first one, right? You don't want to
yeah,
overdo it. Next thing you
and
know, you mess it up and you're like, I can't fix it now.
yeah, and plus
But
he's
yeah.
giant. So his head is about the size of I don't know, a walnut maybe. So hopefully it won't look so terrible. I've never painted a mini either, so
Yeah, but it should. Hopefully, it's a little easier painting something of that size
yeah,
because you can see the details a lot better than you can a mini.
yeah,
At least with my
yeah.
eyes, I know I would not be able to paint a mini at
Yeah,
all.
I'm real worried about the eyes. I've never painted an eye, so we'll see what happens. But I couldn't resist. He was I think it was like 12.50.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
at
mean,
that
yeah,
price, you gotta go for it,
yeah.
right?
I mean, I'd spray paint him green and come out ahead. I mean, for $12, I'd take it every day.
Now, when it comes to figures, do you have a preference in terms of scale? Because like the picture that's right beside it on that we have on the screen now is a bin with some other 6-inch figures in there. Do you
Yeah,
have a preference to 6-inch or
I
118?
am. I'm generally a 118 person. I have
Mm-hmm.
been since childhood. My
Right,
first GI Joe and first Star Wars figures were 3 3/4.
right.
Um, but with the way the classifieds and some of the third party figures that are coming out,
Mm-hmm.
just the details and the quality and just the unmatched size of a 1 to 12 vehicle. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm,
the only problem I have with 112 is this their size. There's just I don't have the space for it because I did dive down the 112 rabbit hole and I have like a bin and a half full of 112 like Marvel Legends, a couple of classifieds, some Valaverse. So I have a few some even McFarlane stuff. I have a few different types of 6-inch figures in there and some that I plan on keeping forever. Some I might customize and sell. But yeah, it's just nuts how much detail some of these larger figures have. But these days, though, even the smaller 118 scale figures have
yeah,
so much detail. You're paying more for them in some cases, but they
yeah,
look amazing. Like the
yeah,
Acid Rain line looks really good. Joy Toy looks really good. Even now, TVC is getting really good with like the photoreal
yeah,
face apps. Now they have the better articulation, but the only problem for me with the TVC is their size. They're so
yeah.
tiny.
They are
But
very small, especially the females. I mean, they're no,
yes,
they're taller. They're like a grade school student. Um,
exactly. They're
yeah,
too small.
they're
Like
way
even
too
for
small.
the women, they're too small, right? But
Yeah,
what can you do, right? But we have some more of your awesome work. So here it looks like you're painting a vehicle.
yeah.
Uh,
That's the Acid Rain, or the Novark, the new Acid Rain 1 to 12 series that they put out.
oh, okay. So that's
This is
112.
this is their dune buggy, and
Oh
it
man.
was red and black, just raw plastic,
Yeah.
and it's kind of ugly. Personally, I thought it was, and instead of I customized everything. I was like, I was hesitant because it's big and it was kind of expensive, but I'm like, well, why not? I could paint everything else.
Right.
So I'm seeing what it's going to turn into.
And look, you're inspiring other people to go into 112. We have Mudhorn Station saying he's tempted to go to that scale just so he can maybe try his hand out at some customizing. So good for
Yeah,
him. I know.
yeah.
I
This one.
just sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say this one has lights. It's got the moving wheels. The steering wheels are articulated with the steering. The front wheels are connected to the steering wheel. It's got a
Right.
column and a linkage and all that. It's got headlights and tail lights. The
Nice.
seats. the driver and passenger seats scoot back and forth, so you can accommodate figures of varying sizes.
That's
And
really cool.
it really is. And you can scoot the seat all the way back to put the figure in, and then scoot them up. Whereas usually you have to, you have to aim it just right to get the feet in there. And
Nice.
then the back seat, kind of, they don't have a lot of leg room in the back, but
Right.
whatever. The
The-
engine's good. It's got actual hoses and little separated pieces. It looks like they're separate engine parts. And the back wheels are connected to a transmission
right.
that it's crazy. It's got a plastic part in there. It's covered up for painting right now, but the
But
wheels
in terms of length, how long is this vehicle? Because it's
it's
for
about a
6 inch,
foot
so
long.
it can't be too
Yeah,
bad.
it's about a
Okay,
foot long. Yeah.
that's not too bad. Oh, look
Well,
at
let's
that.
see. I've got a
We have another guest on the show. We have Kerwin Blake. That's my cousin. Good evening, sir. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, it's an awesome vehicle. Like exactly, especially the fact that it's only a foot long. That's not too bad because there's
Here, I've
1/18
got
scale vehicles that are bigger than that.
I've got a ruler
Yeah.
right here. Let's see. It is
Dun, 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 dun.
right. So about 13 inches, 13
That's
and a
not
half,
bad.
depending. Nah,
That's
it's really
not too
not.
bad. Doesn't take up too much
Um,
space. It's more like stuff like the Sky Striker or the Dragonfly. Those things
yeah,
would be massive, or the Snow
yeah,
Speeder from Star Wars. Those would just be too big for me
yeah.
to.
It's
Or if
a
I
little
did
under.
buy those, I'd convert them to 1/18 scale.
Yeah, it's a little bit shorter than 6 inches, so it's not. It's really not that big.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Oh, look
it's
at
no
that.
bigger than a 40K dreadnought.
Yeah, that's true. That's not too bad. But actually, yeah, Fat Red Food brings up a good point. 6 inch scale, like there's so many different sizes these days. Like he's talking about, like because we were talking about the 3.75 inch smaller Star Wars figures being the females being so small. He's right. There are different scaled people in the world, right? Some tall, some short, some big, some small, some round, some thin. There are different types of people, but what bothers me is like just how small they are. Like it wouldn't be so bad if TVC did a variety of sizes in the female size, but they're all tiny, obviously because they want to reuse parts, right? But it's a little disappointing for my liking.
Well,
But
they'd be halflings. They're not.
yeah,
It's not that they're
exactly.
short. They're proportionally half the size. I mean, they're literally, they're just too small.
They're little people.
Yeah. Well, not even
But
little people. I mean, they're not achondroplastic or the other one. They're just, you know,
in
half
between.
size. Yeah, half size proportional people. They're like
Exactly.
Shaq. Shaq is like the proportional 8 foot guy. They're the proportional 4 foot person.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. That's a good way
Yeah.
of putting it.
Yeah.
I see some a box of parts here. What are you gonna do with all of those? Are you making a custom vehicle?
Which one? To
On the left, you have a box full of like vehicle parts and stuff like that.
or over here.
I can't see where you're pointing.
Okay.
but
So
but yeah, I don't know if you can see the screen, but on the left hand side of the screen, there's a box
okay,
that
here we
looks
go.
like it
Yeah,
has vehicle parts, and they're
yeah.
painted gray.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is when I get it. When I'm gonna paint something, I'll prime it. Sometimes it's rust red. Sometimes it's black. Sometimes it's whatever matte color I still have in the box. This time it was white. And I like it. The primer on the white. It brings out details without it being overwhelming, and then um, it's good to paint details on top of the white. So
Yeah, especially if you're like dry brushing or adding
yeah,
washes to it, then it brings up a lot of the details. The white in itself or the gray, light gray, usually brings up a lot of the details. And
yeah,
then once you add like color to it, that's when it really starts to pop, right? But
yeah. I was trying to find something that I was working on, but yeah. Well, here's something that started white, and just
actually,
detail on detail on detail.
your screen's black. That's weird.
Black.
Hold on, let me bring you up. Yeah, I
Why is
see a
it
black
so?
screen.
Okay, let me.
You just turned off your camera. Your phone doesn't want to cooperate with
Hey,
us today.
this is not even my phone.
Oh, betrayed! You've
Here
been
we go.
betrayed. Oh, there we go. You're back.
Okay. How's that?
Now I
Okay.
can see. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
So I guess
yeah,
the camera probably turns off after a while on that
maybe
phone.
I don't know. But here's
Oh,
something that
what are
started off
those?
right.
What are the? Oh, nice.
That's a
Are those
oven.
Are those from those little egg things? I forget what it's called.
These?
Yeah.
No, these are much older. I got these at a thrift store. These are from the 70s somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're old. I'm not exactly sure what they're from, but they're very detailed, which I like.
Now, are those for 112 or 118 scale?
That's gonna be those are closer to 118, but
Yeah.
if I
Kind
had
of
to
in
say, I'd say
between.
it's probably 1 to 20. It's just a
Okay.
little bit smaller, but from the right angle, and if you just show the top, or if you set it on top of a matchbox or something,
Yeah.
to raise
It's
it
the
up,
right height.
yeah,
Nice.
you can cover a
But
lot of
those
sins
parts
with it.
that you were just showing off at the beginning there that you've painted, what are those from again?
Let's see. This is a GI Joe. That's a GI Joe Asp. I think that's what
Oh,
they're
okay.
called. A little
Yeah, yeah.
missile carrier.
Now that you showed
Yeah.
the bottom part, I could see what it
Yeah.
is.
This came off of a vacuum cleaner, I think.
Nice.
This is a Harry's razor box.
Okay, you're gonna have to send
Uh,
me pictures of those for next week's greeblies, and then let us know what you're gonna use
this
them for.
Yeah, this is from a Star Wars figure set. Something on when Luke and Vader were fighting on Bespin.
Nice.
The railing.
So are you gonna be making a vehicle with all these parts, or these are just for different projects you have
I
going
don't.
on? Oh, you cut out there.
This cockpit and seat is from whatever vehicle it's from. I'm gonna put it.
That looks familiar.
Yeah, it was a Devastator or a. It wasn't. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But this is the top of it, and I'm thinking about turning this into some sort of fork platform with the tank body on top,
Oh,
bottom, and
just
jump
lost
there.
you.
Hello.
Just lost your screen again. I was gonna say, yeah. Starboy was saying he wants to know what's in that
Are we still
guitar
there?
box. Yeah, yeah, I hear you, but I don't see anything on your screen. It's just a black screen.
Hello.
Can you hear us? Hello. I don't think he can hear us, but we can hear him. Just be careful, don't say anything bad.
Hello?
Because Hello. It looks like we lost him. He's there. We can all hear him, but he can't hear us. So we'll continue on with the greeblies. Hopefully at some point he's gonna hear us. Is he muted? He's not muted because we can hear him, so. Okay, let me just try this. Oh, we lost him. Hopefully he'll come back soon, and then we'll continue on with that. Because I want to know what he has going on with the picture on the left. Because here's some other shots of that. So he's building some kind of an apartment or something like that. So I can't wait to pick his brain on that. Because it just looks awesome. Yeah, communication, blackout. I can only... Yeah, exactly. Can only mean one thing. Invasion. Yeah, it seems that way. Okay, he's back. Let's bring him back.
All right.
You're back.
What
Yay.
a giant pain.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But we moved on to the other pictures.
Okay.
So this is a picture. Looks like of an apartment that you're making or you've made. Looks really friggin' cool. I love the weathering.
It's part of the whole complex over here. I don't know how much of it you can see.
Oh, we'll go, don't worry. We'll get to the Oh, hold on. I think that's actually a different shot. Wait, let's go to the complex.
Okay, so that room is right here.
Nice. Like I have a wide shot from your page. I think it's from that piece of furniture where you're building all of this. So we'll take a look at that when we're getting to your artwork. But yeah, that's awesome, man.
Thank you.
And then one of the other things that I love about your photography as well is the lighting. You do such an amazing job with the lighting as well. But just seeing all this detail is just so cool. This would be a challenge, I'm sure, to do at 112.
Yeah, because you're not going to find, they don't make, well, I guess somebody does, but you know, I've spent my whole life putting little greeblies and stuff in a box and just putting it in a box and just saving it. I mean, I've had
Yep.
some of this stuff.
We've all been there.
Yeah, you know, so I couldn't do this in 112 on this level because I don't have the stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a million boxes that are that size. I don't have a plate and a cookie and a fridge and a, you know, I don't have none of that, any of that stuff in 1 to 12. So
They're
it would
out
take,
there, but it would cost you a heck of a lot more.
yeah,
Especially the fact that you've been
or
collecting these for a
yeah,
while. You already have it. Might as well work on that stuff, right?
yeah. I mean, why, you know, I can't. At one point, I was down to like just a Cobra squad of 112. I was big into classified when it first started, but
Yep.
you know, it just kind of I burned out on it because the figures that I wanted were hard to find,
Yeah,
and
think about how much harder that is up in Canada. It's a
yeah.
heck of a lot harder to find those
So,
things.
but yeah,
But
but I got back into it with those 1 to 12 figures I got with it's the Alphabet series,
right.
the flying motorbike, and then that yellow card,
Yeah,
and yeah,
that figure is
yeah.
awesome. I
Yeah, and
really love that.
it sucked me back in, and I got that Joy Toy Mechanic chick and in the orange, and it's like, wow, this is a really great looking figure, and she takes really great pictures.
Yeah, she
So
does. Because actually, I pulled a few of those pics from your Instagram, so we'll look at those as well. But yeah, this is just amazing to see. And there's your little coffee shop. Very, very nice. It's actually good that we're getting the close-up shots of these because the pictures that I have of the whole complex is actually from further back out. And that's kind of why I went with the intro that we had today with the silo, because the fact that it kind of reminded me of your build, it
yeah,
being all underground and stuff like that. But yeah, this is really awesome stuff.
and I've been listening to the audiobooks of the Silo, and it's like, oh wow, it really is. It's right up my alley. And
Nice.
I've watched part of the show, and I'll probably finish the show after I finish the books. But
Actually, I just got Apple TV so I could watch those because somebody had told me, "Oh, you gotta watch Silo. You gotta watch
yeah,
Silo." And now that I know they're going to continue the series for 2 more seasons, because the fourth season is going to be the last one, so they're actually going to give it a proper ending.
oh
So I said,
good,
okay, I'll watch it. So knowing that there's going to be a proper ending, I'll watch it. Because I hate getting into a series and then 2 seasons in, then they cancel the show. It's like, oh man, I was
yeah,
just getting into it. So that's why I kind of wait till I know there's going to be more than one season, or if I know that it's going to have a proper ending, right? Because like it's a mini series as opposed to a regular series.
yeah. And if they built a big set like that, they don't want it to go to waste. Holy cow!
Exactly. Oh my goodness, yeah. Starboy, we're right there with you, man. I think we all have like gallons of greeblies that are just oops. He's talking about a new season of the show. But every time I go to click on stuff, right when I click on it, you guys put another thing in the chat. But he was talking about all the greeblies, how we all collect stuff. Like you were just saying earlier, how you're collecting stuff for years. And then one time you're just building something, all of a sudden, oh, I know what, I have just a part for
Yeah,
that. And then you
yeah.
end up using it. That ship that you have there on the desk, where the heck did you get that?
It was with It came with a Star Wars figure. It's a
Oh
little. It's
man.
a
Oh, it must come
Skyhopper.
with Luke.
Yeah, probably. I think it's the one where he had the goofy hat and the
Yeah,
goggles and
you're right.
his 8 foot long broom rifle or whatever that was.
That
I
is
think
so crazy.
yeah, I think that was on there.
Man, that's nuts. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, you're right, Fatbird Fu. Apple TV is like the new cancer. It starts to spread. But this is amazing stuff. Let's take a look at some of the other things you're working on. I'm gonna go
Okay.
back to that, and then we'll start diving into your pictures, and then you can give us a proper tour of the station itself. So here you have a box with we had talked about this online, the Alpha Probe, the Alpha Probe vehicle,
Oh yeah.
the
Okay.
that land vehicle.
Yeah.
That's an amazing Fisher Price toy. To this day, I've been wanting to get one, and it's actually not that expensive to find it online. Like you found it for really cheap.
Uh huh.
But
It was it's busted up. I got some of the glass pieces. Well, not they're not glass, but
the
the
plastic,
plastic pieces.
yeah.
Yeah, the clear ones. I took them out so I could paint it. But yeah, it's got a lot of cool details they'll really stand out.
And what's even nuts to it, it's kind of like an RC because if you add D back in the 80s, they used to use D batteries for everything.
Uh
But
huh.
back in the day, they had the D batteries in there so that you can make it's like three buttons that you can use, one
Yeah.
forward, one reverse. Yeah, those buttons there. Normally those are orange,
Yeah.
but
They're
and then the
yeah.
front
The
part,
battery
the
the
cabin
battery
slides
compartment
in
was
there. Yeah,
yeah. The
down
battery
there.
compartment
See,
was torn up. Yeah.
D
Yeah.
batteries.
You're right.
They used to use any vehicles were either D batteries or 9-volt batteries were the two
Yeah.
that they used to use
Yeah.
for all vehicles back in the days. Now they use like triple A, double D, double
Or
A's.
the button cell batteries. When
Yeah, for like some of the
hide those
smaller
types of
things.
anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I've been buying a few of those so I can make smaller vehicles with lights on them. So I've been buying
Hmm.
those 3-volt batteries as well. But now there's even ones where lights can be used without even using batteries. You just use an electrified copper coil, and as long as those lights are in close proximity to those coils, they'll light up. So I'm trying to get them
Wow.
into like some heads of robots that I'm building right now to
Huh.
see if I can get those to light up because that would look so cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, this I can't wait to see where this project takes you because I've seen some of your vehicles and I gotta say they're pretty insane. Actually, let's take this off. Yeah, so like your work's just been nuts. So speaking of which, I want to dive into the stuff that I found on your page. We'll go
Okay.
through some of those things because I saw that you had, like you said, you like to collect different scales. It sucked you back into 112 recently, and you could see two of those pictures on the your main title page. You can see the two figures you were just talking about. The one mechanic jumpsuit, and the other one with the yellow and orange outfit. Those are two of my favorite figures. I just couldn't afford them right now because to ship those to Canada, just way too
Oh
expensive.
yeah, I bet.
So here's your community that you're building. Because I remember when the way that I first discovered you is you were on Toy Domination, and then
Mhm.
you were talking about how you had gotten that whole furniture piece from a retail store, and you had to take it apart to get it out of the store to get it back home, and then you put it all together. Is this the same thing, or is this a new item altogether?
So most of that is in the setup that we just saw.
Yeah,
Um, that I got that at a DAV store, Disabled American Veteran store.
right.
It had a big tower on top. I had to take the tower off to get it into the truck I was using, or just for me to be able to lift it. And then I had to take it apart to get it through the door. I was living in a house that had this. It was an outside house. It was a
Right.
glorified shed. And when we moved, I could not. I'd putting it together to the extent where I couldn't take it apart without spending several hours that I didn't have to do it. And I didn't have a place for it to go at the new house
Right.
anyway. So I took everything off of it. I stripped it down, and everything went into a box for about a year.
Right.
And then I started building it back. So in spirit, it's all there.
But
And all the pieces still exist, but
yeah.
yeah, that as a thing doesn't exist anymore.
Oh man, that sucks. But at least you got to experience that. You did get to do
Yeah,
that, and you have pictures of it, so you have proof that it existed.
yeah.
So
The cool. I think the coolest part, the top, it was just sand, so it really looked like it was an underground thing, and that was really part of my favorite.
And that's what yeah, that was my favorite thing of yours that you built, and that's where the whole inspiration came from for that intro to use Silo, because that's right when I saw that trailer. I'm like, oh my goodness, that reminds me of Think Tank Toys build,
Yeah.
and now what you're going through, because in itself that was amazing. So this I guess was inside of it, because one of the things I noticed you have a lot of is the Joy Toy diorama pieces.
Yeah.
Those the like the hanger parts that you could put
Yeah.
together. I saw,
Yeah.
but you use them in such a unique way. You don't just build them up to look the way they are. You do that, but you also use the other pieces to make like flooring inside your rooms and stuff like that, like in this shot here, which is
Well,
cool.
the hardest thing for me was always the floor. What do you make the floor out of? And
Hmm.
finding something that looks like a good floor, and that's not just
Plastic or just
plastic
a
or
paper or whatever.
cardboard or
Yeah.
whatever. Um, and I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, I got to try it out at least." And man, I probably went a little overboard on it, but um,
And that's why I
you
couldn't
know,
find any because you bought them all.
well, it wasn't as bad as some that I've seen.
Yeah,
So
some people have a lot where they're building
I'll leave it
massive
at
walls.
that. And I hit a big jackpot on eBay on those. It was probably most of 6
Oh,
sets
nice.
for cheap, and so I jumped on those, and it had a bunch of chairs and the gun racks and stuff that I wouldn't have had that number of with just the sets that I bought. So, a lot of the multiples on there because of that eBay score.
Right.
So,
Cause
but
yeah, they
yeah,
jumped in price really quickly. Cause
yeah.
they was
Well,
only so many built, and people were just snatching them up as soon as they had the opportunity. And now, like to try
yeah,
to buy just one diorama set, you're looking at like 70, $80, maybe even more, like in the hundreds,
yeah. Well,
for
I got
depending on which room it is.
it. Yeah, I probably got 10 or 12 of them myself,
Nice.
just retail, and then that other set I got. So, but with that, I've got a whole bin filled with orange rails, and I've got a
I could
box
use
of.
some rails.
Yeah, I mean, I'll send you some. I mean, I got a whole bunch of them, and
Oh,
then
I
I've
could
got
definitely use some.
gray rails, and then I've got black rails. But I don't have. I'm completely out of floors, and I've got like 8 wall pieces left, and so now I've started decorating the pieces themselves with posters and graffiti and
Right.
paint and wires and junk like that.
And
So
like Starboy says, the floor is the key part of a good world building. So definitely
yeah.
agree with that, and that's why I'm been hesitating to get started on my station. I've been buying parts and like building equipment to start working, but my first problem is I don't have the foundation, the floor, and I just
Mhm.
don't know what to use for the floor. So you definitely bring up a good point, Starboy. But yeah, you're getting a lot of fans like enjoying what they've seen so far, and we've only scratched the the tip of the iceberg. We got a whole lot of pics to go through here. So this is the first one here, and I noticed that you also have some custom figures in here. And what's awesome about a lot of your room shots is there's so many details, like little details in the background of your shots. They're just slightly out of focus, but you could tell it just completes the shot. It just gives it that room. Just like last week we had Joey Adams on the show, and he does a comic book online. And in his comic book shots with his dioramas, he also puts in a lot of greeblies and details in the background just to fill out the picture a little bit more. And he says that's what they're basically there to do, is to fill out the shot. But these shots just look amazing. And again, they're all blurred out, but you could tell there's like this stuff back there. So your mind's just curious. Like, what's back there? What's going on behind these guys? Like, you're just curious about it. That's what I love about a lot of your shots. Each one of them, you don't even have to write anything, which you do anyways, because you do like have a lore and a story that you go with your shots. But just like they say, a picture says 1,000 words, right? And this is like another shot, like, oh, this mechanic's looking at a piece or something, right? And it's just so cool. But maybe you could tell us a little bit about the lore that you have behind your world building. So you said it's a base underground. How did that get
Um,
started?
Well, yeah, and it was started from the big square, the square one that you showed with the sand
Yeah.
on top. Um, and that was it was a cohesive. You can tell. Top level, second level,
Right.
and there was a greenhouse and
Like
engine
you had,
rooms
yeah, you
and
had like an engine room, and I remember
yeah,
you're using like
you would have all
different
the stuff
parts.
that you would have, and when I had to move, I started it with a dollhouse. Let
Right.
me change, and then
Let me see.
so at this point,
Ooh, one sec. Let me fill you.
I'm
Put you on the
I'm not a
screen.
hundred I'm not 100% sure that these rooms are physically connected in this way or
Right.
in this space. I've been treating it as each room is its own room, and it's if it's connected to the next room if it's actually connected. If there's a doorway or whatever. Um, but yeah, generally they're underground or in a big complex. Um, in what I'm trying to establish is that by this time in the future where they're at, everybody's a clone,
Oh,
and
okay. That's
um,
cool.
every time they wake up, it's the person that got cloned, not the person that lives here and died or whatever. So every time it's the worst case scenario for getting cloned and put to sleep for the future.
Right.
You wake up in this place and you don't know what is going on, who's in charge, where you are, when you are,
Wow.
where it is. You don't
You're
know
just
because
there.
you just you all you know is that yesterday you went into the cloning facility and you walked out and you were going to walk out with $1 million or whatever.
Right.
But you wake up here and you're the person that walked into the room to get frozen, not the person that walked out with the prize.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so everybody here is a clone, but you only get cloned if there's a good reason. You're an engineer, you're a scientist, you're
Right.
a terraformer, you're a whatever.
Oh, scoot over to that mech bay there. That is nuts.
That's where most of the Joy Toy sets end up at. At
Wow.
when I first started the Joy Toy, I had two mech bays just like this facing each other. So it was that times two.
Right.
And so they faced each other and it was on one big table. And if you dig back in a few years ago, you can see those
Yep.
and it would fit all the mechs. Um, but since everybody's, they're everybody's from the past
Hmm.
and they had their own life before they got here. So, but the things that are in charge, probably an AI, multiple AIs,
Right.
multiple, whoever's in charge. I don't know. I'm just here taking pictures, so I don't really know. I don't really know what's going on any more than they do in most respects. So, if it's an AI in charge, they've had hundreds of this person before.
Right.
So they know how they're going to act. They know what they're going to react to. They're going to know what happens when they get sad or depressed or hungry. So if they can manipulate the environment to such to the degree that they can get what they want, then that's what they're going to do. So I
That's
started
nuts.
one line where they woke up somebody and made him be by himself until he could. In my head, he had to restart the AI in the robots because they didn't know how. So they basically put him in a room and it's like, do this for us or we're not going to give you any food. So
Wow. That's crazy.
and he's
I,
stuck in this room and you got to build the first iteration of your robot and then you build the second and then they all start helping and then they take over and by the end of the series he's just watching TV and the robots are doing the work.
Which is funny because I have a lot of those shots that you're talking about. Actually, I went back to the slides, and before we dive into some of the other shots in regards to that environment, you built this amazing vehicle, and it looks like you built it out of a World War II plane.
Yeah, yeah, it was a torpedo bomber.
Because you built that, I remember it was part of the competition that Rad Toys Galaxy had on his page, And I remember when I first saw this vehicle, I'm like, that is insane. It looks like something that you would see from Mad Max,
Yeah.
but like just beefed up. It's
I
just phenomenal.
big Mad Max fan.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had this vehicle, then you had another shot, and this is another great shot of the guys working on it.
Yeah.
And I just love how you use your lighting. It's just so cool. And along with your lighting, do you use like a smoke machine or like atmosphere spray?
It's but just a little fogger,
Oh, okay.
a little vapor machine.
But it just really brings out, especially with the lighting, it works so well with the lighting that it just adds atmosphere to the shot. So you see
Yeah.
the two mechanics working on the vehicle, and I just love how you get right up in there. And again, your pictures tell the story without you even having to write or say anything about it. It tells a story. You could tell, okay, these guys are trying to figure out how to work on this vehicle. It's just like your imagination starts to go wow. And like Starboy Station said, your story is a great backstory. And that's one of the things that I love about this community. We all have our own in-depth, detailed lore behind our world building, which is just amazing. That's kind of why I like getting people on the show so they could tell me about what goes into their shots and their world building. Like here's another awesome shot. Again, the lighting is just amazing because you really play with the light and shadow in this place. So you could tell it looks like they're deep underground because it doesn't look like it's natural lighting,
Yeah.
which is really cool. And like again, the background detail that you have in these shots, you have like the video game machines in the background, and you have shells with stuff on it, which is just so crazy. You have them standing beside pillars with hazard signs on it. It's like this awesome stuff. Like you did a fantastic job. And then again, the floor, even though it's not the Joy Toy floor, you put something there that attracts your eye to it. So there's something on there. It looks like tiles. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
it's
it completes
yeah.
the room.
Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah,
That is
phenomenal.
it was
work.
it was a sticker. It was a sticker set from, I don't know, my granddaughter found it somewhere. They were probably at a dollar store or a Home Depot or something like that,
Mhm.
and picked it up. I found something that I was really impressed with is, here we go. This it was just a stainless steel tile, and
Nice.
the perfect size for a wall. And
Hold on.
it was a pack. I think it was 30 of those for $10 or something. It was on
Right.
clearance. It was on the clearance rack. So everywhere I go, it's hit the. Where's the clearance rack? Where's the
Yeah.
where's the junk table? Show me that.
Actually, I went on Facebook Marketplace when I was buying some vehicles, and this lady was selling just these two random tiles because she uses them for sample pieces. Whenever she wants to decorate a new room, she might buy a sample, like one tile, just to get an idea of what the sample piece would look like in the room that she's in. But then when
Yeah.
she doesn't like it, she sells them on Facebook. So I buy them because they're not cheap tiles. But because she just buys one, it's not, and obviously this lady had money. One tile's not that big a deal for her, but for me, one tile can make an entire room for a 1/18
Yeah.
scale
Yeah.
figure. So I got a couple of those, and now when I go to the dollar store, I usually look for their tile section because they also have tiles for very cheap as well.
Yeah. I tell you, the 12 by 12 tiles. I've got one.
Hmm.
Is just a bunch of individuals. It's a mosaic tile, and man, it looks great. You slap some paint on it. Looks like it's meant to
Exactly,
make it old. It's like, that is freaking awesome.
exactly, and
So
it
yeah,
completes the room, right?
yeah,
It's
it
just
really
something.
does.
Is this something for the smaller figures? Again, it can make an entire room 12 by 12.
Yeah.
Whereas with the 112, you can make part of a
What the
room.
hell?
Oh, I lost you again. Oh, he's gone. Hopefully he'll come back. His phone is probably. My guess is his phone is probably running hot. Oh, he's back.
Wrong button again. This making me crazy.
It's not your phone, so you're not used to it. That's why.
Yeah.
Just remember though, when you come back on, I have to bring you on stage for me to hear you. Because
Oh.
when you pop back on, you can hear me because you're backstage.
Okay.
But I have to bring you up front on stage so that way we can talk together. So if you press that button again and you come back and you see me, wait till you can. I don't know if you can hear me right away, but wait till you can hear me, and then we can start talking again. But
Okay.
either way, what I was saying when you got cut off, I was like, yeah, the tiles definitely complete the room. And again, your shots are just amazing. Here's another shot of like a bunch of figures sitting in. Looks like they're sitting in like a rec room or a lounge or something. And I love the fact that you put the guy sitting on the chair backward. The chair's backwards, and he's sitting on it backwards, so that way he's like leaning on it, which is just so cool because it adds realism to the shot, right? And that's one of the things that I love about your shots as well. And there are obviously there's a lot of fans that are enjoying your shots in the chat as well. And it looks like April O'Neil was like one of your little favorites because she's a great figure, probably one of the best in a while in terms of female figures. Anyone I think that collects 1/18 scale probably has that April O'Neil figure. But yeah, again, I'm looking at the shot with April and a few other people. I don't know if you could. Are you able to see what I'm showing you on the screen? Or?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I can
cool.
see. Yeah, I can see that one. That April is great. She's the same yellow as the Joy Toy mechanic set. I mean, it's so close that she looks. I mean, she looks like she was part of the set.
It just looks like her outfit was cleaner than theirs.
Yeah, and
that's the only difference.
She's got those killer white boots, man. Those are killer. I love them.
I want to get another one, but now the price has gone up on that figure.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure. I got mine from Berry. It was a Chinese place.
I got mine from LTK. So I had a membership with them. So I would get, every time I'd buy stuff, I'd get like $1 added here and there. And eventually when I got to her, I got like $10 off for that figure. And at the time too, is when she first came out, she wasn't that expensive. Yeah. So I should have snatched up 2, but she came with so much stuff. That's one of the things I loved about the Turtle line, is the figures came out with so many different accessories. It was just incredible. I'm kind of like going through your pictures quickly here. Only because you showed us some of the shots. You showed us some of these things in real life, but what makes this so dramatic is the lighting. Like, I just love that lighting in there because it makes the room look so much bigger than it is just by having that light up on the top and the rest of it being in shadow. But that just looks incredibly amazing.
I turn off every single light so that you're completely dark, and then start with just one flashlight or one of my source lights, and then start with the vapor, and take about 20 or 30 pictures from various angles, or if you've done the setup, you focus on that, and then at the very end you just put the camera just randomly, and then just start playing with the flashlight.
Do you use your phone or do you use an actual camera to take these shots?
Most is my phone. I do have a point and shoot that I use sometimes if I want something special, but it's 99% my phone.
Nice. And it's just a matter of playing around with the lighting to get the effects that you want. But yeah, phenomenal shots. Here's another really cool shot. And what I love about this shot too, or these shots, is that you put the light inside the vehicle or the power suit. So it's like, oh man, that's so cool, because it totally reminds me of stuff like The Abyss and those sci-fi underwater movies where they have the lighting inside the spacesuit or the underwater suit. So very cool stuff, man. And then again, what's so cool is the background. So your eye's always looking at something. Your eye's always moving around the shot. Because like a lot of these like pictures where it's just like, for example, people take shots of just a clear background. Well, your eye only goes to the subject matter. Whereas with your shots, especially if you have enough lighting on the background, your eyes kind of wander to everything that's around there, right? Which is fantastic. Here's another great shot. And again, this one isn't super clear, but you're just curious. All your shots have that level of curiosity. When you're looking at them, you're like, I'm wondering what... Oh, I lost him again. I'm wondering what's going on there. Hold on, let me bring him up. 1 sec. Wait a minute, he's popping around. Did you just have 2 phones up for a second there?
Oh, it's a battery.
Oh, you went back to the other phone, because now I can hear... He's like a robot.
It just started with the
Oh,
bad audio.
okay.
I
So
don't know if it's something out here.
now you're good again. So there might be something out there that's interfering with your phone.
Maybe.
Because now you sound fine.
Okay.
I was gonna say let's test it and see. Go over there in that corner where you just were and see if your voice goes garbled. I shouldn't be doing that.
So crazy.
So here's some other shots.
Maybe it
Again,
is.
with what's that?
I don't know.
You can hear me though,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay, good.
So yeah, as
Now
long as y'all
now
can
you
hear me,
sound
I
fine
know.
now.
Okay.
But here's another awesome shot with the lighting in the
Yeah,
background coming through the vent. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, I think
And it's
that's,
like they're in level A.
yeah, that's in the vault.
So that's really cool, man. Like I just love the level of dude. Here's another shot from a different angle. Just amazing. And I love how you get right up in there. So of course you're using your phone with these shots because you're like right
Mhm.
up in there.
Yeah.
And you got like a really detailed shot. Love that. Now, do you have a favorite toy line so far? Because I'm noticing like you're kind of all over the place, but it seems like you go back to Joy Toy.
They've been putting out the best figures for the last few years over
Hmm.
all their different lines. I mean, just the variety. I was for a long time I was very resistant to get anything Warhammer because I knew it was going to be, once I started getting Warhammer, I wasn't going to be able to stop.
Yeah, I don't touch. I'm not a huge fan of the not all of their Warhammer. There are some figures in the Warhammer line that I like. I'm not crazy about the Space Marines.
Yeah.
Everyone loves them, and there's so many of them that they're constantly bringing out new ones, which I don't mind because it helps fund their other toys. So
Yeah.
I don't mind that their Warhammer is very popular. But I kind of hope they go back to some of their old IPs like Dark Source. I think they're slowly coming
Mhm.
back to Dark Source, and
Yeah, and
they're
the Mecha Depot. I wish they would start making more depot sets, the warehouse
yeah,
sets.
that's what they really
You know,
need. They
in
came out with
different.
sorry, I was gonna say they came out with these display stands that Jason Jensen's really been advocating for those.
Yeah,
They're
I've
the little
seen those.
display cases. I
Yeah.
think they're for 1/25th scale. But if you go and check out his YouTube channel and his Instagram, you'll see that he's been using them a lot in his station, and he places them in a way so that it works well with 1/18 scale. It's kind of like this picture that you have here on the left, where the girl's walking through the
Hmm.
hatch. The
Yeah.
hatch is obviously a little bit smaller than 1/18 scale, but it works because it's a hatch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, it came off of a. I think it's from a Terradrome.
Yeah, it looks
Or
like it's a GI Joe piece,
yeah,
or maybe
yeah, I
from
think
the
so.
flag
I
or something.
looked at some Terradrome panels somewhere. But yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
definitely go and check out Jason Jensen's channel and his YouTube page. Sorry, his Instagram page, and you guys will
Yeah,
see
yeah, he's really
some
good at
stuff
that.
there.
Coming from the train stuff background, man, I did trains a long time ago, but I was not, before I started getting into action figures and stuff again, because it was more sophisticated than toys.
Yeah,
You I wouldn't get the as quite the dirty look as I'm into model trains, not toys.
yeah,
But, you know,
yeah. Because the other
you know,
one's an actual toy line that people remember from like back in the day.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm with Outer Multiverse. He was saying how he likes Joy Toy's earlier figures, and then we have My Star Wars guys. He was saying how he wants them to go back to the World War II, which they're kind of rolling back towards that these days. I notice they've been bringing back the World War II stuff, so I'm kind of enjoying that. But yeah, like you guys, I'd like to see some of their older stuff as well as like them going to some of their older IPs, like their sci-fi military stuff. It'd be
Yeah.
good if they'd go back into that stuff. But either way, yeah, their
Like
stuff's quality.
more stuff like this guy. He's probably got some of the best action figure legs. I mean, they're solid,
Yeah.
they're articulated well, and the detail on his torso and everything. I was like, this guy with some armor and head swap outs. I mean, it's like a perfect action figure in many regards.
So
And a
far,
lot of their figures are like that.
the one that I like a little bit more than that guy is their gladiators. Their
Yeah.
newer gladiators had butterfly shoulders. They can get into some really crazy poses. There's some gappage. That's the part I didn't love about it. But in general, they're bigger, bulkier, but the detail is pretty good, and they can get into some really unique poses. The acid rain figures can definitely get into better poses, but something about the acid rain figures just
They're
looks off.
it's the way they look from certain angles, and they're some of the limbs are slightly too long,
Yep, I
and
noticed that too.
there's weird they cut a weird silhouette because they cut away strange places for articulation.
Yeah.
So you look at it from the side, and it's like, oh, he's got a giant space in between his elbow and his upper arm because of the swivel or whatever. So, man, I love their vehicles though. They've got just
Some of their figures don't look bad. There's one I just
yeah.
recently pre-ordered named Sophia. She's like this sniper,
Mhm.
and she actually looks really good. Again, some of the proportions are off. Like their hands, like some of the female have massive hands. Like I got
Yeah.
this one figure from Annex 2179. Again, very nice articulation, very nice sculpt design, but just the limbs are slightly too long and the hands are slightly too big. And it's always something that, even though the figure's really cool, it's always something I go back to. It's like, oh, I can't unsee those hands. They're just so big. But here's some amazing, another amazing shot with this figure here. I can tell that that's I think that's either a Gamora head or what's her
It
name?
is. It's
'Cause
Gamora.
they use that Gamora head on Gamora, but they also use that same head sculpt on the Black Widow,
Okay.
and she's on a GI Joe Lady Jane body. Because I
Yeah.
love, that's one of my favorite sculpts for the Lady J figure. That still looks really cool to me. But
I've got a
this is
whole-
another great shot. What's that?
I've got a subsection of green people for whatever reason.
Nice.
So,
You have some green people.
yeah.
Are they like are they like a special race of people? They've been poisoned or something?
I think it's a tattoo or some sort of body mod.
Okay.
They're people. They're just green.
They're just like, it's like some of those people we see with the crazy teeth and those big
Yeah. Yeah.
hoop earring things.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
at
I get ya.
some point in the future they can do lots of different things, I guess.
I guess they have pigment the skin and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Here's another great shot. Again, I love how you play around with the lighting, and a lot of the times it's not like you're using a heck of a lot of lighting, but you're using enough to really accentuate what you want to accentuate in the shot. So like in this one, that grading in the background, but still have some slight lighting overhead so that you can see who's in the foreground and stuff like that. So like you really got some amazing shots. But this is the other thing I was talking about, how you use different scales. These are mask figures. These are like 2.5 inches tall, and you're still building sets. That's nuts,
Yeah.
man.
I
That's
have
crazy.
I've got a whole. I'm not gonna say a whole, but a subset.
Ooh, you're cutting out.
Micro. I put it. Oh yeah, I put it over here. I was gonna show it if we had time.
Unfortunately, your screen's black, so I can't see.
Say it again.
Your screen went black again.
Oh, jeez.
I think your camera shuts out. Your phone feeling really hot right now?
Yes.
That's why. It's
Okay.
overheating, so it's shutting the essential stuff down. So like your camera and stuff, it's shutting it down. And every time you come back to it, it comes on for a little while, but then to try to conserve the battery so it doesn't overheat too much, it shuts off the stuff that's drawing the most power, which is your camera. So that's how come your camera's shutting on and off. Let me bring you back in. There you are.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
So yeah, like these mask figures are just nuts. And then I brought this picture in to show that you play around with different scales.
Mhm.
Oh,
Got all kinds
what's
of-
this here?
So
Oh,
this
that's like your
bucket is
bin of
micro
mass stuff?
scale, small things that I'm
Right.
gonna make into a spaceport with like smaller ships and platforms like the Star Wars micro stuff.
Sorry, I didn't mean
This
to
is
cut
a
you off here,
platform
but
from
I didn't mean to cut you off here, but Starboy says you actually live in a silo. Oh my gosh, you're crazy, Starboy. But what were you saying that part
Oh, I
was
live in a
from?
silo.
Yeah.
The Star Wars Micro Galaxy playset. You know,
Oh, I
they
remember
have.
those.
Yeah, it was gray or purple or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I remember those.
But they've got great detail.
And
And
then once you paint them up and add a wash to
yeah,
it, even more detail.
yeah. Like
Oh,
this
I
is
remember that.
it's the general or something. It looks like a spaceship
Yep.
enough, and it fits on the landing platform. So I'm gonna paint. I have HO scale figures, the little train figures,
Yeah.
and if I paint them in a similar enough way to a 1 to 18 figure that is a character, that also have a 1 to 12 figure that is a character, I can go from their ship in the micro scale with the little representation of them to this scale in their clothes working on the ship or whatever,
Right.
to the small scale or 1 to 18 when they're in the silo, if you will.
Yep.
So I can make a continuity across the scales, and with the right picture, and you don't need it doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to
Exactly.
get the idea across, and if there's enough stuff in the background that makes it look interesting, hey, there you go.
Which is what you've done here, like with the 160, 112 scale figures. You have them. It looks like they're in the exact same world as the 118 scale figures. So like you have this shot here of this girl in a toy store, or it looks like a room with toys. Then you have her here in another shot. So you're saying that you didn't have 112 furniture and accessories?
No,
It looks like you
no,
do.
I've got some things. I've got a couple of tackle boxes and stuff, but these pictures are 118 stuff, and
Right.
she's either crouched way down, or I just took the torso off and set her on the floor with
Oh,
no legs and
nice.
no waist. So, or you put her closer to the camera, so or
Forced
whatever the
perspective.
perspective, yeah,
Yeah.
forced perspective. So she's probably a little bit further away than you would think.
Wow.
So
Wizardry. You're a wizard.
well, I don't do any Photoshop or anything, so
Yeah,
I
that's where
gotta,
I
gotta
go
make
more
it.
towards the Photoshop side of things, so I can add backgrounds that I haven't built because I didn't get around to building entire sets like you've done here. So I can see in the picture on the right, she's
Okay.
definitely standing in a 118 scale
Yeah,
environment, but
yeah,
you can kind of get away with it because of just how she
yeah.
scales with this stuff. So that's
It
really
kind of looks like
cool.
a coffee table, and she's kind of short,
Yeah.
so yeah, it works. You
And then
know,
like the can that's on the table is not too small. It's the right size for 112, but would
yeah.
probably be
So
massive for 118. So yeah,
well,
it
it,
works
it, it
out.
is it is kind of a big, but it's a 118, but you're right. It's probably more of a 1 to
It looks like a more of a
16.
1/10 or
Yeah,
that
it's
scale.
yeah, but yeah, it's close enough.
And here's that awesome chick that you're saying, the mechanic, and she's
Yeah,
using this Bebop's guitar.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I always recognize that guitar, and he's kind of like a 5-inch figure, so you kind of works. But then
yeah.
on the picture on the right, she's standing in a 118 scale set, but
Uh-huh.
she totally fits in that set. Like it
Yeah,
just works because of the way
yeah.
you angled that shot.
Yeah, I thought so. And it just looks like a service. She's in a hatch, a service hatch.
Yeah,
And it,
exactly.
and it could be, at whatever scale, because you go into some of these places, it's like, oh, it's a bolt, but it's a bolt that's 2 feet across.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you're taking a picture of a toy, you don't want to put a bolt that would be that big because it looks unreal. But there are bolts that big.
Yeah, exactly. But
So
yeah,
yeah,
a lot of people are enjoying your shots because like Starboy was just saying, you're giving us a master class on how to use scale, and you're doing like an awesome job. Then you have shots like this. Like look how
okay,
massive that looks.
yeah.
Like that's nuts. Like that's so
And
huge.
those people, and those are HO scale trained people.
Ah, that's a
See,
trick. Okay.
yeah, see, look, there they are. You can
So those are what you're using as like the toys.
Yeah. Or
But then, oh wow, that is crazy. But the way you took that shot, I could have sworn that that was one of those Joy Toy mechanics, because that's what it looks like. It looks like one of those Joy Toy mechanics standing beside a massive engine.
Yeah,
But it's
that's what I was
actually
going
just an
for.
8 scale. Nice.
Yeah.
That
I
is so
tricked you.
cool.
Yeah, that's
You did trick me, man. I totally thought that was a 1/18 scale figure standing beside a massive engine. So yeah, Joel, you're right, man. He's totally giving us a master class in how to use scale in his shots. Like, this is phenomenal, man. So yeah, other people are working on their photography skills as well. But that's how you get it. You, with a lot of practice, you can get to doing mastery and wizardry, like what Thinktanktoy's doing with his shots. And again, because of the way you also use lighting, and then you don't really mix and match the scales, it just works. Like in this shot where you're filming right now, you have a Black Series Pip Droid beside a 1/18 scale figure.
That's a 1 to.
Oh
that's
no,
a 1
that's
to 6 pit droid.
yeah, I was about to say that's a 1/6 beside a 1/12 figure.
Yeah, I found those.
Wow.
I was in Houston. We were in Houston last week, and I was in a toy store, and he had 2 boxes of. It was two packs
Nice.
of these 1 to 1/6 pit droids for cheap.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'd never seen them before. So I love the 1 to 6 droids. I've got a green one. It's like a R4D5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I've got a C3PO and
Wow,
and a
that
R2.
must be awesome.
Yeah, they're cool, man. They're really cool. And then
That's
saw these
cool.
pit
So you
droids.
kind of collect a little bit of everything, which is really
Man,
cool.
if I like it and I think I can take a picture of it, I'll buy it.
Nice.
I'm sick. I've got some sort of problem.
No, you're a toy collector like the rest of us. You're just like all the scales. But now you're kind of inspiring me to like go and dig up my old 1/12 scale figures and try to take the right shots so that they can fit into my regular world building as well. But here's some other shots, some other cool shots that you have here.
Yeah.
It's just phenomenal. I'm gonna kind of fly through some of these shots.
Okay.
But yeah, they look. Anyone you want to stop, you just let me know.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
like that one.
that's one of those 1 to 24 Joy Toy figures.
Yeah.
In the Exo Squad.
Nice, because I've been wondering who the heck can I get to fit into an Exo Squad, because none of them fit, right? You can't fit a regular 1/18 scale figure in
You
there.
can fit a Star Wars female TVC
Ooh.
Star Wars chick in there.
I might have to do that. Well,
What's her
one of
name?
the things I was planning on doing too is making some aliens using those female figures
Yeah.
and like repainting them, so that way it's going to be a race that I only have 2 Exo Squad frames, but I was planning on making 2 aliens. I have one of the regular pilots that go with it, but I'm planning on repainting his face a different color so that he's an alien, and they're the ones that use the smaller mech frames. But yeah, that's an awesome shot. And here's another great shot. Again, I just love how you have like such a casual looking image, but you could tell a lot of thought went into the shot. You know what I mean? And like again, all the details you have in the background. And here's another angle of those guys. Like awesome stuff, man. And so right down to the cards on the table.
So I've got
crazy.
in the what those cards are so far. They're programs. They're like a STC. If you know what Warhammer is, that's a standard template construct. It's basically the instructions for the computer to print it out, whatever it is. And so they started finding all these cards all over the place, and some people realize that they're the most valuable thing ever, and some people have no idea. And then so it's just kind of out there as to where that's going to go.
Nice. So yeah, these guys they're talking about Jetfire, the Transformers Jetfire. Those H scale figures would look great beside the what was that line? It was a Transformer. I think it's called the power line, but they're slightly bigger Star Wars Transformers. I have a Jetfire in that line, and I also have a Optimus Prime and a Rodimus Prime in that same line, and those H scale figures would look pretty cool beside those. So here's some other great shots. So when I look at a lot of your shots, I see a lot of Joy Toy figures because I see those are like you tend to go back to them because a lot of them fit the style of story that you're telling, which is like the whole mechanics living in that world. So they're all wearing like the jumpsuits and stuff like that, and they fit into your world. So I guess that's why you bought multiples of those. But it's just like your shots. Every shot, I'm like just in awe because they just look like so great. Again, it's just because of how you use the lighting and the shot, the angles that you choose to take your shots are just perfect because it tells a story. They're almost like cinematic shots, like when they get like a screen capture from a movie clip. That's what a lot of these shots look like. Is like they're right in the middle of a scene and they just took a shot so that they can, do a promo for it or something.
Yeah,
and that's what a lot of these look like.
Thank you very much. That's the exact effect I'm going for. That I'm
it's working,
on a
man.
movie set. We're taking pictures of the movie set, so
which is what it feels like, yeah, because you're doing a great shot and they're telling a story. But I like too that you, even when you post those pictures, you also have a caption that goes with it to tell. To emphasize what's going on in the shot, but sometimes it's not even to emphasize what's going on in the shot, but just to portray some dialogue in the shot.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
Like the Wikipedia entries, almost.
Right?
It's, just taking a picture of something that's weird and making something up about it.
Yep. And it's like
that's fun.
Here's some other shots with a few other angles. And I like these too, where you're taking them from both perspectives. Like you have the perspective where you're seeing the person on the other side of the door. Then you have another shot with the guys that are on this side of the door, which is really cool. So like you play around with the focus as well. But oh man, this shot! What dog is that? That mechanical dog?
It's called the line is Beast Box, and they're transformable.
I have to look for those.
Yeah, I got them from Big Bad Toy Store, but they're transformable. That one is a cube, and he transforms out into a dog, nice. And then it's he's real similar to this Ravage I got.
Hold on, let me bring that up. Ooh,
it's
nice.
a third party Ravage. He transforms into a real life-size cassette tape. I mean,
nice.
He's cool. I saw that guy. I was like, oh, I got it. And,
I know if I had seen that, if I would have seen that, I totally would have got that too. But I just recently ordered, it's not Blockies, but it's this other line, Chinese line that makes Transformers. And there's a box set that I just bought. It was just $30 Canadian. So I think that's like about $20 US. But it comes with 3 smaller Transformer figures. So one of them is Ravage. The other one is Bumblebee. They're not transformable. But it's Ravage, Bumblebee, and one of the Insecticons. I can't remember which one it was. But it comes in a 3-pack box. But I think the Ravage might scale well with 1/18 scale. I'll know in a couple of weeks, and I'll start taking shots of that. I also have an STL file of a Ravage. So if anybody's interested, and I have what's it called? Resin printer. So I'm going to start printing that one. So if any world builders, like once I print one, I'll take pictures of it. And if any of you guys are interested, reach out to me at that point, and I'll be more than happy to do like a trade and send a Ravage out to you guys. Ooh, what's that you got in your hand there?
There's that Exo Squad guy. The Exo Squad with the Joy Toy figure.
Now, did you buy that Joy Toy figure, or did you have another mech that he came with?
That particular figure came with that mech.
Okay. I've seen that.
Technically a 1/24.
Yeah, but it looks like more like a 1/18 scale, like power suit.
It really does. So, I just use it for a 1/18. Which
makes more sense.
Yeah, he's just small. I just took the seat out, and you can put a figure in there, and
I think that was their aim, though. I think their aim was that you could take the seat out so that you can put a 1/18 scale figure in there.
Yeah, they fit real good when you take the seat out.
Yeah, I think that was their plan, because I've seen other 125th scale mechs where if you took out the seat, then you could put in a 1/18 scale
Yeah.
figure into it. I think it was well, Zilla was doing that, and he was showing us pictures of him doing that. It's like pretty cool. But yeah, like the shots with that dog and stuff in that hangar bay, this looks so cool. Here's a close up of it, and I just love all the little details, like that little mechanical thing she's using, like just stuff like that. Just really brings out the story in the picture. Because the dog looks like it's curious as to what she has in her hand. Like you're trying to figure out, well, where are they going on? But before I continue on, Starboy had a quick question. What is your world called?
I don't know. I've never named it.
All right, guys. Next competition. Let's name Think Tank Toys world. We have to give it a name.
And, you know, and it kind of goes back to: is it a satellite? Is it a mine? Is it a hole in the ground? Is it
Yeah, it could
20
be
separate
anything.
rooms?
Because you never see the outside. You only see everything
Yeah.
from the inside. And you never see any windows.
Yeah,
So you
and I'm
can't
not
tell
even-
where it is.
Yeah, I'm not even sure they're in the same win. So
Oh, nice.
you know,
It could be at any point.
and they could be anywhere in the galaxy, or if they're that far in the future in the universe, for that matter. I mean,
And if you have the coordinates, my station can get you there, just so you guys know.
yeah. So you know, I'm not real sure.
So here's another shot of that apartment that you have with the TV on.
Yeah,
That is so cool, man.
Yeah,
It's just a
that's
simple little thing, but it looks so cool.
it's a real TV, man.
It's a real TV?
Yeah.
No way. That's small. Hold on a second. Wait a second.
Can you hear it?
Hold on. Let me just bring that up. That is crazy. Oh, I've seen those. It's
Yeah.
I think it's from those video game lines, right? Or no. It's from
It's called Tiny TV, or see.
yeah, and it has like different videos. I remember
Yeah.
seeing those.
There's I've got this one and the Batman. This is a South Park one. I've got a Batman one, and then I've got I think it's a Friends.
Right.
But you know, I think
That's
they're
so cool.
because it's a real TV screen and it shows
Exactly.
audio and video. It's great. So yeah, you can take pictures of it with your other toys.
Yeah, so somebody else had noticed too that when you take out the seats from the 1/25th scale ships, or sorry, power suits, you can put 1/18 scale figures in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, other people have seen that, and I'm so glad Joy Toy did that. So then it appeases both scale collectors.
For real.
It's we're almost. I think we're almost done with your pictures. One second. For those who want to stick around afterwards, we're gonna quickly look. Oops. We're gonna quickly look at some of the. What's going on? I'm choosing the wrong things. There we go. We're gonna take a quick look at some more of those rooms. So here's that shot that we just saw. Here's another amazing shot of that room, but with lights on. So freaking cool.
Somewhat, it is a different configuration, but yeah, that was the series I was talking about where they put him in the room and told him, "Hey, make this
Right.
food."
If you want to eat, you got to make this.
Yeah.
Make it work.
Yeah,
So that's really cool. This is an awesome shot too. All the different robots and stuff like that. It's like a robot shop or robot repair area. And there's another shot of that. Such amazing photos. And then like you always have the right combination of figures in the shots to really bring it out. Like this mechanic with the bike that you have in these shots. Here's a few other shots of that bike. They're putting it together for her or him. And there it is, more or less completed. But yeah, like some really phenomenal shots. Here's another one with they're standing in front of a robot.
Oh yeah,
Like
that was the inside of a Gundam.
Oh,
Gundam
nice.
robot. Yeah, before you put the armor on.
Why would you want to put the armor on? That looks way cooler. That looks so cool. And then you can use the armor bits for like armor for the figures.
Yeah.
But that awesome shots. Here's another droid. Looks like distribution line or something. Awesome stuff, man. But yeah, like you've taken some really amazing shots, and again, you just use simple lighting to bring out the details in a lot of these shots. But then, of course, like I said, by adding all those things in the background, you really tell a story with a lot of these shots where people are just curious as to what's going on everywhere in that one shot. So it's not just the figures that you're talking about; it's just everything else. Like you said, it's like you're on you're on a movie set and you're taking photos while they're filming. And I even love this one here where it looks like you're seeing her from two different angles, one from a camera,
Yeah.
and then the one from her actually sitting at the table. It's like it's just so friggin' cool. Love that. It's probably one of my favorite shots. Here's another awesome shot.
Oh yeah, here's some actual pirates for you, pirates.
Oh, I gotta see. Hold on. Oh, nice.
Oh, the picture you showed with the guy with the captain's hat.
Oh, this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, these guys are cool. I did love that shot, so I took that. And then these are some of your. I think we're getting closer to some of your more recent shots. Like that. That's a cool shot.
Yeah, there's the Mother's Day sacrifice.
Nice. Very cool. And then then is this shot. This is really cool too.
Yeah, that was on the sand top.
Oh, that was from your old that old piece of furniture you had before.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so.
And then
it's usually too hot to go outside here. Like today it was 108.
Eek, no thanks.
So, yeah.
I'll stay inside, thank you.
Yeah.
These are some cool shots as well.
Yeah. I had to build my world inside because the world outside really
is way too hot.
sucks.
Now this one is one of your most recent pictures. This one, like, and the caption was like they found an opening to something and they wanted to send. Is it the dog they wanted to send in there, or?
That's actually the next photo that I have. So,
I don't think I have that. No, I don't have that one there.
The next one, the next shot after this is looking through the metal grate at the dog's face.
Right.
It's kind of washed out. It's kind of hard to get a shot through a metal grate at that size with a flashlight shining in the camera. Anyway.
True.
But and then the next one is the dog's in the room sniffing stuff. So I don't know. There might be a drone in there or something.
That's awesome. But what do you have next on the billboard? What's your next plan?
Okay, so besides all the vehicles that I'm constantly trying to get done, I'm working on what I've called the Skull Shrine. And I'm gonna pair this with. I've got a platform over there, and I started the skull, and
that is so cool.
Got words on it in the Warhammer style, like Rex Imperium and
right.
Made up words like that.
Is that from Warhammer, or is that something you started putting on it?
I bought the skulls from a Fisher Price set.
Oh, okay.
Treasure, Adventure Island or some stuff like that. I painted it, and then I started writing the words on it. Like on Warhammer, on some of the Space Marines, some of the chapters, they put the words on their armor, or they'll put the words on the decorations inside their temple or whatever. And I'm just doing it like that and cover that up, and then it's going to attach to that in some way, probably like that.
Nice.
And then I've got other columns and some platforms for it.
Ooh, that's from the Outrider. That's from the ship. That piece is from the Outrider. You split it in half.
Yeah, that's great. You have a terrific eye.
No, you know why I know that is because I recently just took mine apart, and I'm like, that looks familiar. Oh, that's what that is. That I have no idea what it is. With that one particular piece, I knew what it was.
Well, it's that micro set. It was Cloud City, I think.
Oh yeah, from the Bespin City. Okay, I remember that.
This is actually the bottom of it.
And that's where the Millennium Falcon lands.
Yeah, there's the runway, and then they twist.
Yeah, I remember that.
Some skateboard steps. Those old skateboarding sets, like they had the stairs, and
they were perfect for 118
stairs. Oh yeah, they're great. And then these things are would be locker room setups or
Nice.
lockers for inside the ship. Um, so these were, I don't remember what they were, but this opens up, so I can put something behind there.
Nice.
Um,
So you got a whole lot of projects coming up soon.
I got so much stuff. It's because I can't stop myself from buying things it's like I can turn that into something cool.
You're like the rest of us, man. You always come up with a new idea because you see something new. And
Yeah,
it's not even that you see something new that you just want it. You see something new that you think you can add to a story or something. You know what I
yeah. It's
mean?
like,
So
oh
you
man,
you buy it.
I can take a picture of that from with this light. It'll look cool.
And
And
you didn't finish the 10 other things you said you're going to
yeah,
do before
yeah.
that. I totally get
Um,
it.
so and then I've got some orc weapons going on. I'm gonna
Nice.
turn this cannon probably into some sort of orc gun, or maybe turn it into an emplacement for my warhammer for my Cadians, the Imperium military guys. Um,
Nice. But for all you guys that are stuck around, because I know you're sticking around because you love all this amazing stuff that's going on, but you're also here for something else too. We're about to get into that. So as you notice, the banner came back up. So those who joined us a little bit later on in the show and didn't see it, put in hashtag WALLEE into the comments. I'm about to start the giveaway. So for all of you guys that stuck around, thank you. Hit that like button. And for those watching the replay, hit the like button, leave a comment. It helps with the algorithm. It helps with me moving up the line. If you're new, please subscribe. It definitely helps me out. I'm slowly but surely starting to build my way up, and more content is coming. You guys know, I just work very slowly. But yeah, man, Thinktanktoy, thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you so much for showing us all these amazing pieces. Your phenomenal photography and like giving us the behind the scenes of a lot of the shots that you have here, and the fact that you collect so many different scales. It's nuts. But I love it, man. You're one of us for sure. So awesome
well,
stuff. Wow, these look
thanks for having me
amazing.
on. I've gotten into the Cosmic Legions lately, and they're
Yeah,
really cool.
that's a really cool line, but I decided to stay away from it because that's another
Yeah,
rabbit hole I can't afford to go down.
I got a bunch of them on clearance, so I can justify it. But I
Still,
put the
even then, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because even on clearance, and I'd be like, oh, I
that's
want to buy
the
more. Now that
that's
they're
the
cheaper, I'll buy
classified.
3.
It's the classified barbecue vest. It fits him perfectly.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, thanks for having me on. I enjoy your show. I definitely enjoy your content. And if anybody
Thank you
has any
so
questions
much.
or wants to close up picture or something else, hit me
Yeah,
up. I'm on Instagram, obviously. So
yeah, definitely reach out to him if you guys don't know or follow him already. His link is actually in the description, so you can click on that. It'll take you right to his page. Give him a follow. He does some phenomenal photography. He does some really great customs as well, as you guys saw today as well. And yeah, man, you keep inspiring people. Thank you so much for what you're doing within the community. And on that note, how about we do this little giveaway? All right, so hopefully you guys all got the hashtag in. So it's hashtag Wally. So hashtag WALLE. And we're going to share my screen so y'all can see that this is actually a fair contest pick. So I'm not just choosing anybody's name. I'm doing it random, so everybody has a chance at this. And let's start collecting all these people's Wallies. Let's see how many we got. Oops. What happened here? Did I forget to do it? All right, guys, do it quickly now. Yeah, it didn't go in. So you guys put them back in. Sorry, guys, that was my fault. I thought I had collected them earlier, but I didn't hit the collect them. So put them in the chat now. I'll give you guys like another 5 minutes. On that note, I'm going to run to the washroom. All right, guys, put them into the chat now. Hashtag WALLE. LLEE. I have one in so far, so the rest of you guys put them in, and I'll see anyone else who's. Yeah, we got two. Okay, so I'll be right back. So you guys put them in. All right, hopefully you guys got it all in there. And then you get the camera back on. I see we have 6 of them in there. Anybody else? Here's your chance. So if you guys don't know, because maybe you stepped away for a moment, type in hashtag WALLEE for your chance to win one of Wolfman, Border Station X's amazing graffiti walls. I'll be sending those out because he has to send them to me, with the exception of you, Joel, because you're in the state over from where he is. He's going to send you that by the end of this week. So I think on Friday he's going to send you yours. So you'll get yours soon. For the rest of you guys, once I get them from him, which should be in a couple of weeks, then I'll send those out to whoever wins the next one. So are you guys ready? Let me know you're ready.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Okay, guys. Did everybody put the hashtag WALLE? I do see that we have a few of them in there. All right, so we're going to get started. And here we go. Good luck to everybody. And our winner is... Watch it be Starboy again. That'd be insane. And our winner is... Dun, 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 Punk, Punk, Punk Goose! Congratulations.
We're all very happy for you.
This is that capacity crowd. All right, so Punk Goose, I'll reach out to you. Actually, reach out to me on Instagram because I don't know if I'm following you on Instagram. So yeah, definitely reach out to me. So again, you can go to my WIP WED LIVE, so my WIP Wednesday live account. Reach out to me there. Again, congratulations to Punk Goose. I'll actually put that. I'll see if I can find you because that's a name I think I would remember if I was following on Instagram. But if not, by all means, reach out to me to either my _ Pirates of the Galaxy or reach out to me at my WIP Wednesday Live Instagram account. Sorry for those who didn't win. Thank you all for sticking around till the end. It was a pleasure talking with you, Thinktanktoys. So that was really good. And keep up the amazing work. Thank you for contributing to the community. You're doing an awesome job. And you're inspiring a lot of us to get dust off our cameras and start taking some pictures.
Well, good.
So yeah.
It's fun. And it keeps your minds off the horrible turmoil that may be existing. outside of
Oh
your
my
door.
God, yes. The world is such a chaotic place. At least we got our toys.
Yeah, make your own world. It's like
There you
I
go.
substitute your world,
Make
or
your
I
own
deny your
dystopian
reality and
world.
substitute my own.
Well, I leave a horrible reality to make a horrible reality.
Right, right. I
But
can
yeah,
control these people.
that's true. But yeah, awesome stuff. Again, thank you all for sticking around till the end. Thank you all that are watching the replay. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and all that good stuff. And then next week, come back next week because you'll have another chance to win a graffiti wall. But we're also going to be talking to my Star Wars guys. So he's going to be on the show. So on Instagram, he's SW underscore, no, my underscore SW underscore guys. And he has another
like that
page as
guy.
well. Yeah, he's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
And he's also another guy that takes some phenomenal photos. So you definitely want to show up for that so we can pick his brain on how his process is in terms of, because every week we learn something different, that we pull something different from a new creator that we can use in our everyday skills. So definitely come back. We learned a few new things like force perspective, using different scales, and using like flashlights in your shots. And then, next week, who knows what we're going to learn. So be back next week for that and for your chance to win at a giveaway. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you all for watching the replay. And thank you, Thinktanktoy, for joining us today. Until next time, take care, pirates.